Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. So for today's video I figured, of course, let's talk about another spooky movie because as far as I'm concerned, Halloween is a year-round thing because it's my favorite season, my favorite time of the year, as if that wasn't obvious enough. Alright, so I just thought, since I reviewed the original film a while back, so I just go down memory lane, not in a good way, because I'll be talking about a damn remake for The Last House on the Left. And yes, it's the unrated version. Really, it's not that makes much of a difference. It's just a bit gorier than the theatrical cut, but whatever. So here we are, I reckon. Though it's still nowhere near as gruesome as the original film, by the way. Just throwing it out there. And that film, the original film, received its own controversy, but that's not what this video is about. Pure terror. Well, someone's bullshitting. Anyway, this movie sucks. Okay, what's going on here? Mr. Monkey, you're there, aren't you? Yeah, there you are. What are you doing? You're supposed to be looking for a job. Oh, don't grab that. Somebody was eating that. Hey, I said, leave that alone. I said, hey, then you're just going to just snatch it. Okay, okay. Anyway, let's talk about the plot, I guess you can say. Ugh. Ultimately, what's going on here is that it's a revenge type of a movie because there are these family of fugitives. So let's just say that there was this teenager who was adopted, and let's just say she was assaulted, let's put it that way, and left for dead by this family, like I was saying. When her parents learn what had been done to her, they seek revenge against said family, and who have taken shelter at their summer home during this thunderstorm. So yes, this is used as a for this entire crazy shebang, of course. Like I was saying earlier, folks, this is the Blu-ray version of it. I'm talking about the unrated Blu-ray version. So it's a bit longer, and this is a bit more gorier, and that's about it, really. But it still feels a lot more tamer compared to the original, which, yes, I do think is a bit of a bummer. But as I was saying, is that Mr. Monkey, you still haven't fixed up the clothing? There's still a lot of dirty clothes up in there. You have to wash that shit. Oh, you're so lazy. I guess I'll get back to you in just a moment. Anyway, but yes, I do realize I'm not trying to hang on too much onto this for too long. I'm just putting it out there. Yes, the original film had its own controversy, and yes, the original Last House on the Left was already butchered in a lot of ways because they deemed, when I say they, I mean the people who want to release in theaters, the people who want to censor it, and people, I guess the critics as well, who just really did not like the original film because it was deemed too grim in a lot of ways. But so for this remake, I guess they're trying to tone it down at least to some extent. I guess you can say. So it's nowhere near as depressing like and depraved as it was, of course, and whatnot. So there's that. And yes, I do realize it's a different audience nowadays than compared to back then. That's true. And you'd be surprised that, okay, maybe people are more accepting nowadays than back then. Because I know during the 60s, 70s, horror movies started to get more violent as they went, of course. But even then, it was still pushing boundaries. I guess too much, I suppose. The people who made the original film. So I guess for this one, they didn't want to face the same kind of controversy because the original film faced a lot, and I mean really harsh controversy. So yeah, it's gonna be more than one version that was released, of course. So the original film was actually banned in about what roughly a decade, I believe, if I remember correctly. Like I said, I don't want to be too much on that really, but and one of my major problems, okay, the major factor here is the fact it's a remake. That that right there, it's a remake. That right there really bothers me because I like the original film, as twisted as crazy as it was. Leave it alone. I didn't think that it needed to be tweaked up or anything. So this just seemed pointless when you think about it. And then, Mr. Monkey, I told you to wash up the clothing. You still need to wash up the dishes. It's piling up. Christ. You're interrupting me. Like I was saying a moment ago, is that I'm trying to wrap things up here. It just seemed like the people who made this version of it just pretty much just caved in because they didn't want to have the same backlash like the original film did, really. And but that aside, it's such a bore. It's so boring. I had no investment with any characters. I know I was supposed to care, but the girl who got me, how do I say this? Assaulted, I guess you can say, if you catch my drift here. And I know I was supposed to care, but it's just the way it was written. It's just the dialogue, the script. It felt weak, really bad. And also, it's overly long. It's about roughly 2 hours ish. Why does it need to be about that length? I'm not saying horror movies can't be that length. If it's done well, sure, I'm all for it. I guess you can do that. But nothing here was interesting whatsoever. At all. It was just a neatly remake that didn't need to exist whatsoever. I guess I gotta go destroy the disc, of course. But anyway, folks, there was no rhyme or reason for this. Whatever. It was just there because a lot of people have been remaking popular horror movies from the heyday, from way back when. I just decided, yeah, let's remake a popular movie. Just because of that. But anyway, I mean, yes, on a technical level, I guess it's well made, I suppose. I give it that. And yeah, it's the editing's decent. The audio isn't too bad. And I guess at the end, it's technically on a technical level, it's not that bad, really, folks. Of course, and as far as bad movies go, this was well made. I'll give it that. As bad movies go, it was well made. The sound was pretty good. The sound editing wasn't going on. As pointless as these movies or remakes on old movies go, it's pretty standard in some ways because there's some competency here, folks. There's some competency being made here. And yes, it was a decent. He has more of a budget compared to the first movie, so it looks more glance. It looks pretty good. It looks like he has a decent budget to it, of course. So again, it looks nice. Is what I'm getting at. It looks really nice, of course. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, yes, it's still a bad movie. It's just the story itself, the way the characters are written, the way everything's done. It was just poorly executed in that regard. And so I didn't think that it was necessary. I didn't like the idea that, hey, yeah, let's revisit it just because. And just do it. So anyway, I was bored. I was just really wondering why does this need to exist? Why? I mean, okay, I know why, because money. Of course, because it's cash. You're just trying to make money off the original film, and that's it, really. Just trying to make money off the original film, pretty much, and that's it. Whatever. And then, of course, Mr. Monkey. All right, Air Force, I need some help here. Just knock him out or something. Yeah, get that thing right there. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, let's just modernize a movie from the past just because. The past is the past for a reason, okay? Just to say like that, the past is the past for a good reason. Leave it alone. We don't have to modernize everything, you know. So anyway, I'm giving this piece of shit an overall rating of a 4.7 out of 10. It's a 4.7 out of 10 for me. So, of course, as always, thanks for watching and take care until next time. That's it. I'm going to win these. Anyone want to come along? Whatever.